about from what I hear, you didn't worry about proving anyone wrong. You minded yours, and that's what
And
I think
still
a lot
do.
of people need to take away from this. Don't worry about what other people are saying. Don't even try to get yourself involved in conversations of what possibly could be said. Mind you and yours, and be about your business. If you have someone that you're looking up to, don't pay attention to what they say. Pay attention to what they do. Okay, what they do, because anybody can show you anything. I can
Right.
show you this or show you that, but what are they actively doing in the community? What are they actively doing that makes what they're saying a reality or a truth?
So to get to how I became a boss mom, teen mom to boss mom. Boss mom became, of course, the story, the last story, from welfare to self-employment, a hair salon. I was doing hair as a kid. So I knew that that would be the one thing I can continue to do, because like people today call it a niche. I call it knowing what you're good at and sticking to it. I knew I was good at doing them braids, and that was making me a lot of money as a teen mom. So I said, I'm going to stay in the beauty industry. I went to beauty school and I learned with the people who were graduating. The girls who were graduating, that's who I used to be peeping over their shoulder. Girl, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Because you done got some skills. You graduating. So I left beauty school learning. I knew how to do everything. And what I didn't know how to do, God showed me in my mind to do it. So I no longer had, oh, I just want to do braids. Like my dad said, you get out this house and you could do a whole lot. So I got out the house, I saw the real world in the industry, and I realized, wow, I can do more than just braids. I can do everything. You know what I mean? I've got a whole cosmetology license. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Thank God for the welfare system of Brooklyn, New York, Sumter, South Carolina. It gave me the education, the what they call that thing, it was a voucher they give you for your kids to go to daycare, the food stamps, all of that. I give a shout out to the government right now, because let me tell you something. It got me to be the woman who I am today, because I was determined, and those programs got me where I needed to be. And I'm telling you, I got that cosmetology license and I did not look back. Okay.
Absolutely. I do want to add something. I'm glad that you mentioned that, you're telling people about your story, being a teen mom to boss mom. And then also yesterday we talked about going from welfare to self-employed. So you guys need to make sure that you're watching all of these videos, because this story is coming together perfectly. And one thing I do want to mention is that you said you utilize these government programs to elevate. I need people to understand, that's listening, that's watching, that the programs, as much as you guys think they aren't designed for you to be better, and people give so much negative feedback to governments. Yes, my mom is living proof that this system can put, if you use it correctly in the manner that it was designed to, operate in, you can elevate your entire life.
Can I say something? I do believe that it is designed for the poor to stay poor. Don't get me wrong. But it also has those hidden secrets that you can get out of being poor. But you got to read some programs right there. People don't even, the counselor told me, she said, people don't even come to see me because they just want the little check and the food stamps. And they want the voucher for the rent, the Section 8 and stuff like that. They don't care nothing about getting out. They worrying about how much more they can get. She said they don't even come in her office and find out what I was finding out.
Well, now they're making it they have stipulations now where it's mandatory for them to talk to the counselor. Mandatory.
But very good, because I feel they should, for the future of the future.
Yeah, that's how the economy keeps running. But
you, your grandma, and your daughters should not be still in the projects. Not on the same system that I was on. The same system I was on, praise God. The lady in the family in the projects was on the same system in Brooklyn, New York. Getting the same money, the same food stamps. They wanted to be, and let me say this to the world, because I don't think nobody knows this, because this was a kick up. My dad had a brownstone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it was 4 stories. This is proof right here why people don't know that they can live better. Mm-hmm. The women in the projects choose the projects, but they could have choose a brownstone home, someone who was willing to take their cash voucher. Mm-hmm. See, anybody can take the cash voucher and provide you housing, and the government will pay that person. You know how smart I am? I told my father, I said, Daddy, they're going to give you $1,500 a month if we stay on the 3rd floor, me and the children.
Okay.
Come on, somebody.
And he leveraged that.
Daddy said, that's my mortgage. I said, well, you got it. He signed them papers that I was a tenant in his brownstone. Yeah, 3 bedrooms, a kitchen, and a bathroom on the 3rd floor. I lived in that as a teenager through the welfare system. Now, granted, my dad, I don't know if he would have gave us the whole 3rd floor, but we was already living good on the 2nd floor. Wow. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. But because they was giving my daddy $1,500 to be that landlord, come on, somebody, I put my dad on too.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, you ain't got to live in the projects. You can. There's people. There's people who own their private homes or set you up in their homes for that check. You don't have to live in the projects, people. And that's just, I wanted to alliterate on that.
Absolutely. And I want people to understand that when we're using this as an example, so plug and play it where you see fit. Step out on faith.
Step out on God's joy and grace, and I promise you, you will never be the same. Now, that's for sure. Absolutely. That's for sure. So that's how I became from a teen mom to a boss mom, and my cosmetology license awarded me to be a 6-figure mother, and I wasn't even 25. Okay? And then at that time, that's when my dad said, we're moving to South Carolina. And so I said, all right. And he didn't really give me a choice to say whether the kids were going. He said the kids going too. And so at that point I said, well, we're moving,
Right.
And that's another video, but it's the story to how I became that mom boss. Because it really started in South Carolina when we made that move to South Carolina. So this will be a continuation. So you got to stay tuned. So the next video will be the continuation of this, how moving to South Carolina made me a 6-figure mother. From welfare to self-employed. It was a phenomenal decision to leave Brooklyn, New York, and move to Sumter, South Carolina.
We're gonna talk about that city money versus that country money.
Baby, that's how I would have never been a 6-figure mom before 25 in New York.
As fast, because you
as fast. Now we're gonna say that allegedly for me, because I don't know what God would have did, but I know I had to do that. And it worked for me.
That's going to be an interesting topic. I can't wait to talk to you.
Oh, we got so many. Y'all stay tuned. We got so many. We're going to wrap this up. And my word tonight is consistent. Every video, I'm going to give you a word. Consistent is the word that comes to my mind today because I was consistent about my life. I was consistent about my dreams. I was consistent about who I was. And I was consistent not to be another statistic as a Black woman. And so consistency is the word tonight. And I just pray all of you the consistent spirit over your life. And consistent does come with another word, persistent. And I'm going to leave you with that tonight. Because if you're not persistent, the consistency don't go. That's like cereal and milk. You need both. So consistency and persistency will get you the life that you deserve. Now I'm going to go to my commercial break. Those of you who don't know, I have a foundation called the Queen Victoria Miller Heart Foundation, where I raise awareness to tetralogy of Fallot, the disease that killed my amazing daughter that you heard about tonight, Queen Victoria, my firstborn, the first baby who entered Sarah J. Hale High School, baby system program. And I guess that makes my baby a trendsetter because she was the first baby to register to the program. So kudos to my baby. I didn't even think about that. And so she broke a record too because her mommy actually graduated from that program. Come on, somebody. So shout out again to Sarah J. Hale. And this oil will change your life. I sell this oil in honor of my daughter because I raise awareness and I also help mothers who, like me, who have children with tetralogy of Fallot. I go to the hospitals and I give care packages and soft teddy bears to the children through all of the 100% proceeds from this sale. So if you would like to help me continue to be great and raise awareness through your proceeds, and the thing about it, you're gonna smell amazing, and you're gonna be helping a good cause. So that is my commercial break. I will always bring to my videos because I want the world to know about tetralogy of Fallot heart disease, and I want all of the women literally that watches my videos to own a bottle of this Regina Miller Tilt the Room beautiful perfume oil for